Hey everybody, PTCG here, and we're back with Pokemon on the channel. I know it's been a hot second since I've played Pokemon, but we're back with our boy Hops deck here. That's the deck we're going to be playing in today's video. Here's the deck profile. I am recording this like this because live is currently in maintenance. And this video has taken a minute to get up. I'm trying again the post-commentary style. I tried a bit because I had some games where I was just looking back. I try to record my games and look back at them to see where I mess up and where I could do better. And some of these games that I'm going to show off absolutely have like that, but I was just playing. I wasn't in the commentary mind, so if I would have used the actual audio, it would have been very silent and very dude, I'm fucking stupid for half of them. So that's why I decided to post-commentate them. But here we have the deck list today. I'm getting this from a buddy pal of mine. Shout out to the boy. You know who you are. If you watch this video, you're the GOAT. Actual guy. So we've been labbing with Hop. This is actually I think our fifth iteration of it. But this is the one that I played all the way up to Master Rank. Yeah, I accidentally got up to Master Rank. I've just been having so much fun with the Pokemon trading card game. I've been playing it at lunch on my breaks at work, and I by accident I made it to Arceus. I made it to Arceus, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm Arceus. Oh, cool. But yes, let's start off with actually looking at the Hops cards because they're the main center point of the deck. We're gonna be starting with Hops Zacian, our big dog right here, whose first attack is Instant Strike. He does 30 damage for 1 colorless energy, and it also does 30 damage to a Pokemon on the bench. Its other attack is Brave Slash for 3 steel, 1 colorless energy for 240, and it can't do Brave Slash again. Spoiler alert. We don't Brave Slash in this deck. This deck, we don't. There is not a singular way to Brave Slash with this deck. So might as well just have the first attack. This attack is so good going as our first attacker. I like to think of this deck as a conga line, and I'll explain a little bit more when we talk about the other Hops Pokemon. Zacian is the leader of the conga line, basically here to kill any unevolved Pokemon, like Dreepies, Hoot-Hoots, Ralts, Monkey-Dories, anything in the active slot, even Bidoo's in the active slot, even though we love Bidoo in this deck, Boss Bidoo. Ooh, easy 2-prizer of my life. But yes, Zacian is here to get early kills, put us ahead in the prize trade, and then soften up people with the 30 damage for the rest of his gang to come in and kill. Moving on to our second attacker for Hop is Hops Crimrant, who has 1 attack, Fickle Spinning, 120 for 1 energy, but you can only use that attack if your opponent has exactly 3 or 4 prizes left. Not 5, not 2, 3 or 4. Crimrant is feels so good in this deck. It, with all the other damage modifiers in this deck, hits 210, and that is such a perfect number. That kills Fez, that kills Mew, that kills Squawkabilly, that kills any single prizer that isn't Feraligatr with a cape or something. I struggle to think of a 2-prizer that Crimrant can't get rid of. He's so good. He's a little shitty early game, a little sucky late game, but the middle game, Crimrant has that shit locked down. And for our final Hops Pokemon that we're playing in this deck is the Snorlax with the extra helpings, giving all of our other Hops Pokemon 30 damage, an extra 30 damage, including himself, but it does not stack, and his attack being Dynamic Press, 140 damage, plus or 4-3 energy, and it does 80 damage to himself. Snorlax is what helps this deck hit those numbers. It's one of our damage modifiers alongside Potswick and Hops Choice Band, which I'm gonna just Potswick is just Snorlax's ability on a stadium, and Hops Choice Band is Snorlax's ability on an item, and it also reduces the energy cost of any Hops Pokemon by 1 colorless energy. So the Zacian and the Cramorant can attack for free, and the Snorlax only needs 2 energy to attack with its own attack, because Snorlax's ability also affects himself. The only other Hops card we have in this deck is the Hops Bag, which is Battle VIP Pass for Hops Pokemon. It is so good. I can't, it is just so nice to be able to Arven, our boy Arven, get an item and a tool, get Hops Bag, Hops Choice Band, have Zacian in the active, already have a Snorlax, and boom, Zacian, Snorlax, double cram, and we just look at our opponent like, ooh, you're in for a game today. The other Pokemon we have are our little support Pokemon. We have Monkey Dory with our 4 Dark Energy. If you don't know, Monkey Dory with a Dark Energy is allowed to take 30 damage and from one of our Pokemon and give it to one of our opponent's Pokemon. We kind of use this against decks that don't immediately like one-shot, like decks like, you know, like Dragapult, where like they deal 60. Monkey Dory is sending some of that back. Especially having 2 Monkey Dories is like just so good, combined with Zacian's 30. It can lead to some moments where like, damn, we can get 3 prizes this turn. Like, isn't that just crazy? We can get 3 prizes this turn. We're playing 2 Monkey Dory, but I'm gonna hold it with you. I think you can go up to 3. I think if you really wanted to play that game, you could go up to 3. I don't think you should go up to 3 because there's a lot of people still playing like Raging Bolt and Goldengo, and those decks you're not gonna be able to Monkey Dory. Monkey Dory is a dead card in those matchups. Like even Terrabox, like even like not Terrabox, like the Terrapagos build, you'd think it'd be really good, but ever since they started applying the Volcanion, yeah, they kill us. They do not let us Monkey Dory. It's a good card in the matchups that don't, and it's an absolutely dead card in the matchups that do. We have Iron Bundle here as one of our Gus options, like a Gus option that doesn't take an item or a supporter. So if you do get Badooed Lock and you have Iron Bundle, that shit is so nice. You know, Iron Bundle, move up like a Dreepy, and then get 2 prizes off that turn, like attack with Zacian, kill the Dreepy, 30 damage to the Badoo, it's dead without a Bravery Charm. Or a Hero's Cape, and yes, if you put a Hero's Cape on a Badoo, I'm gonna call the cops on you. Like, I'm not joking. I might call the cops on you if I see a fucking Badoo with a Hero Cape. I'll hold it with you. We got Fez, flip the script, draw 3 cards. Also, we can in theory Cruel Arrow. We can. It is a thing you can do if you want to sit it down, attach 3 Dark Energy to it. Not 3 Dark, but yeah, if you want to attach energy to it and pray it doesn't get blown up by any decent attacker in the format, Cruel Arrow. And our cleaner up our late game at the end of the conga line. We start with Zacian, mid game Crimran, Snorlax, and then end game Blood Moon Ursaluna with its season skill to reduce the cost of Blood Moon by 1 colorless energy for each prize our opponent has taken. If they take 4 Blood Moon plus Jet Energy, it does it. And if they take 5, Blood Moon plus Switch or Jet Energy to get it active. And then boom, hopefully we're able to take a final 2-prizer KO with Blood Moon Ursaluna. That's it for the Pokemon, and for the other supporters, we have 4 research because we're just trying to see as many cards as possible. We like to hit our max damage, we sort of need a lot of pieces. Like we need Attacker plus Band plus Snorlax plus Stadium, and we don't have a guaranteed way to get to Stadium because I think playing Chorus, this deck could play Chorus. Like you could easily cut up research for a Chorus, but I just think it's not necessary. I think you're fine. I think playing the extra research is worth it. We have 3 boss, 1 counter catcher, 1 prime catcher, and our bundle is our gusting options. Because this deck ideally wants to like boss round and get the KO, like get the KOs we want, like the line that we see. These cards are just here to, you know, enforce that. This Iono, these 2 Ionos can be Judge, whichever of the ones you prefer. I think when we made this list, he was playing Iono, but I have seen the same amount of success with Judge. It's up to player preference. If you want to play Judge or Iono, it's on you. We have 4 Pokegear because we are trying to see our supporters. Like turns where we don't see our supporters are kind of cringe because this deck kind of like, you know, none of the other items do what these supporters does, but that's, you know, obvious that, you know, the supporters are stronger than the items. Crazy. We have 4 Nest Ball and 2 Hops Bag to get our Pokemon into play. 3 Night Stretcher to get them back. An Earthen Vessel to get energy because, you know, sometimes we will need to charge up the Snorlax or to give the Dark Energy to the Monkey Dory. 1 redeemable ticket. Oh, Hisuian Heavy Ball, do we miss you? Redeemable ticket is a crazy card. It reads like a crazy card, but it's okay. It lets us counter prizes, put them at the bottom of our deck, and then replace our prizes with the top cards of our deck. it's a way to get cards out of the prize. Like and this is technically a little better than Hisuian Heavy Ball because this gets all your prizes, not just one. But man, would I trade 1 billion of these for one stinking Hisuian Heavy Ball? And that's it for the items, because the only other items we have in the deck is TM Devo for matchups where we do attack with the Zacian a lot. Matchups like Dragapult, like Zard. Just being able to have a button that says, hey, you're going to go back down to 90, which is like almost perfect damage for Zacian. You kill him, it can take multiple prizes. It's great. It's amazing. With the one TM Devo, sadly, sometimes you will just have to get rid of it for like research or other stuff, and it sucks, but yeah. And yeah, that is the deck. This deck I think is very flexible. There's a lot of different builds for it, but this is the list that I have been playing the most. This is the list that I've seen the most success with. So let's get into the games. And here for the first 2 games I'm going to show off, they're really quick. They're both kind of donk games, even though this deck isn't a donk deck per se. Due to the fact that Zacian does 30 damage to the bench, and that's normally the attacker you want to use first. Usually that's how things happen. Like, just sadly, sometimes you just donk your opponent. Like, they just can't come back. Like, the first game here, it was against a Dragapult, which this deck already normally has a pretty good matchup into Dragapult. But they had to start a 60 damage Ghost, which is just like 2 Zacian kills. And this deck is playing a good amount of boss, a good amount of ways to get the desired target into the active spot. And they couldn't set up, is the thing that I think killed them a lot. Only being able to set up a Dreepy with a Psychic Energy and a Duskull. Well, we opened honestly the nuts. We opened Stadium. We opened Stadium, Hops Bag, Jet Energy Boss. That's so good. That's crazy. And we even had the judge for the next turn. We take this kill here. They have a Duskull with 30 HP. So if they can't set up at bare minimum another 2 Pokemon, they just kind of get clapped. Which this deck is pretty good at doing it. Don't get me wrong. This deck runs Buddy Puff and Nest Balls Artisan. This deck can set up really quickly. Set up 4 Dreepy and a Badoo or a couple, but they really couldn't do too much there. And our second game, where we kind of dunk our opponent, it is a Goldengo game. Kind of the same story here. It's even worse for them because they had to mulligan too. They indeed had to mulligan. I think once or twice. I'm looking back at the footage now. They had to do it once, which is kind of glad that we won the game like that, because normally Goldengo can kind of be an issue. 260 is just a really annoying number to hit. Anything, I'd say even anything above 240 is such an annoying number to hit, especially for this deck, because all of our attackers max out around 240. We need Monkey Dories and stuff to catch up to 260. Don't even get me started on 280. That's an even more of a pain in the ass number, and it's the worst start ever too. They start Iron Bundle Monkey. Iron Bundle Monkey and that attach energy that, so they couldn't even set up Gimme Ghouls. They couldn't get their draw engine going. And again, we sort of had the nuts. We have Arvin Nest Ball is just pretty much crazy. Yeah, it's I wish I could say more for these games, but this deck can sort of win off the fact that we do deal damage to the bench. Really easily, off a free attack. 120 kills anything that isn't a big-bodied EX. And there are a lot of decks that do rely on getting their setup a little bit. All the Dreepies, the Gimme Ghouls, the Hoot Hoots. I fucking love killing killing their Hoot Hoots before they can Jewel Seeker. My gosh. Here, we're setting up the Snorlax. We're getting the energy. We have the band too, so it's actually, it's crazy here because we don't kill. I don't think I don't get enough damage to do the kill, but it works out in my favor because next turn my logic is well, they can't move these guys off the bench, so next turn we're getting a 2-turn. Next turn we're getting a 2-turn prize anyway, but they gave up, so I'm I'm gonna put you out of your misery. Just get out of here. Double KO. They got no more Pocket Monsters, so they're donezo. All right, here. And for the third game here, we have, it is against Joltik Box. I'm actually gonna move my mic a little closer. It is against it's against Joltik box. At first I didn't know what it was because they just like lead Fez. They lead Fez and I'm just like, okay, this could be literally anything in the game. It's fucking Fez. We don't open too bad. Like we opened the bag, which is nice, like the hops bag. We drew Cramorant too, so like we can get like super kind of greedy here. We could set up 2 Cramorants. Like we could set up like we have our hop trio, as I like to call it. I'm debating what to set up here. And I'm pretty sure I put the Snorlax as like a joke. I'm like, oh dude, what if they kill our Snorlax? But no, we bench down the Cram with the Zacian, and we attach Jet Energy, and we just kind of pass up. Because again, I don't know what I'm playing against. Like I know now with the power of hindsight. Good, like a sort of goodish thing that we didn't set down the the Cram, because we get Iron Node. But we're into Nest Ball, we got it, and like in Nest Balls doesn't to like Energy Band, which is like the best thing ever. They set down Mew, Iron Hands, and I'm like, okay, this could still kind of be anything in the game. Like they attach here, and I'm pretty sure they pass on this. I think that's it. I think nope, they Pokegear. They Pokegear, which I think was kind of dumb on there. Well, I originally thought it was dumb, but I'm like, because I thought they were just gonna try to use it to whiff to like Mew, but I'm like, that's like so bad. Cause like, what if I Iono? Like you never want to do that. You never want to just like search a card, like with like I would say Talonflame. You never want to search a card with like Pidgeot EX. You never want to search cards that you're not gonna activate that turn. We do activate the Nest Ball. I'm debating Cramorant or Monkey Dory here because we have the Dark Energy, but I decide to set up the other Cram because like the logic is like, oh, they out the Zacian. Both Cramorants are just ready to go. Both Cramorants are like locked and loaded, and if they waste time killing the Cramorants, then I mean Zacian can do 120, keep spreading around damage, making it easier for other things to catch up. I boss up the Iron Hands because I'm like, this is public enemy number 1 right now. This is like public enemy numero motherfucking uno. Like he turns our Cramorants into 2 prizers, like really easily. Like they already normally die to amp you very much, but they're weak. They're weak to amp you very much. Here, I'm debating if I want to attach the band to Zacian or have it already on one of the Cramorants. I decide not to because the difference between 90 and 60 isn't too much in this deck, and the reason I didn't attach it to one of the Cramorants is because they already die to Iron Hands. Like, if I gave them a one with a Hops Choice Band, it already is, like, just juicy. Like, it becomes extra good for them. Like I was saying, this is like where it surprised me because at this time, like, the Joltik box set wasn't as popular as I think it is right now. They kind of have everything. Like, they're able to get the booster capsule onto Iron Hands. It prevents the cause of, not prevents the cause, but it lets them retreat without needing Latias. I don't know, I'm trying to use big words. They Joltik here. They attach to the Iron Hands and to the Pikachu, and that's basically like the point of this deck. Like, you use the Joltik to charge them 2 up, and then like you just kind of let it rip. I put the ban on it, which again I think was pretty much a mistake because it just tells him, like, it just tells my opponent, oh yeah, kill this fucking Cramorant. You get extra points. Iris here, which is our little flex supporter. We get rid of our Super Rod, which maybe might have been wrong, but this is also another thing of just like playing a little bit too ahead of myself without thinking of all of our options. Like, we could have had a Monkey Dory with the Darkness Energy if I would have waited. Granted, I don't think that might have been the right cause anyway, because Monkey Dory also dies to Iron Hands, like, without needing any extra damage modifiers. Like, it's 110, like Ampy very much does 120, like it kills. It kills here. We kill the... Yeah, bro. That nice stutter. We kill the Joltik. We put 30 on the Iron Hands just to make it easy. Actually, no. I'm wrong. I'm actually wrong. We put the 30 on the Fez to make it easier because 180 is really easy to hit because all you need is Band plus Snorlax for Cramorant to hit it. Though the issue again is like I shouldn't have attached the band there. I should have kept the band in hand for as long as I could. Either that or left it on the Snorlax. Because now they go boss, they retreat, they Iron Hands, like they kill this. Like, they kill this for 2 prizes, which, I mean, it activates our other Cramorant, which is, like, nice in theory, but we really wanted this Zacian gone, because this Zacian is now a liability. We don't play Turo, we don't play Scoop Up Net, we don't play a way to get it off the bench. And by the time that we can attack with Cramorant and Snorlax, like, the Zacian is no longer needed. Plus, it also just doesn't have, like, the best matchup against this deck. Like, the 30 damage against the 2 Pikachus are useless. Like, the only realistic, like, 30 chip is nice against the, Fez, because everything else is, like, just slightly out of Cramorant, like, not having everything range. Because finding the stadium is, like, what's kind of hard. In this deck, we draw Fez, and it's like the biggest bait ever. Like, we could bench this Fez to draw 3 cards, but I think that would also lose us the fucking game. Because, like, now then we'd have two prize liabilities. Because what I think my opponent should have done, instead of setting this other Pikachu, I definitely think they should have tried building up another Iron Hands. Because the Iron Hands, it would have done what? 120 plus... No, I was going to say, actually, it wouldn't kill, actually. I was about to say, because if he could have found a way to kill our Snorlax... I mean, if we ever attack with our Snorlax, then it would have been dead. You know, Earthen Vessel, get it away so I don't even think about it. I get 2 Dark Energy, and I'm pretty sure I attach one... Pretty sure I attach one to the Cramorant because we don't have a way... We don't have a guaranteed way into Arven, because Arven would solve a majority of our issues here. I do Pokegear, and we don't get it. I mean, the order was going to be the same on that. I think I do decide to judge. Which, like, judging them, like, at a certain point, like, it would have done something, but, like, we're going to take a KO here. They're going to draw a card. They're going to draw Fez. They're going to draw 4 cards. Like, I don't know. Fez is, like, such a good card. Fez is such a good card this format. It's also, you know, a little expensive. It's like, what, like 10, 12 bucks right now? It's crazy. It's getting reprinted in the Dragapult League deck, which comes out this week, actually. It comes out... This is going up on the 23rd. So, in 2 days, Friday, is where the Dragapult League Battle deck goes live. I don't know. Maybe we'll have a video for Dragapult. Maybe. Maybe. They do... You know, we kill the Iron Hands. We take 2 prizes. We're at 3. They're at 4. Like, you know, they basically have a Pikachu built up. They have the Mew for the free retreat. They have the Fez to draw more cards. Like, basically... We're still, at this point, I still thought we were in a good spot. I'm like, okay, you know, like, they boss to kill the Snorlax, which was annoying because we built up the Snorlax. We didn't get to attack with it. But the good thing about it is, like, they only took 1 prize, so our Cramorant can still attack. And I'm seeing, like, such the easiest fucking wave. Because we drew the Choice Band, so we can make up for the 30 damage of not having the Snorlax, but we drew into another Snorlax. So, I mean, even if, like, it wouldn't have mattered. Like, the 2 energy mattered, because then we could have used the Snorlax to attack. We get the Putsu, we get the Arven, and I'm like, this would be so fucking sick if we still had that Snorlax. Like, if they had, like, killing the Snorlax there with the Pikachu was probably the right play. Even though, if they did that, they very, well, I mean, they still would have got it. Like, this deck... It's very easy to charge up the Pikachu when you think about it. Like, Crispin plus Crystal gets it up and going. You know, they can always, like, Joltik. Like, I was joking, like, oh, you know, they're going to set up another Joltik, trust. And, you know, like, they're just going to give up. They do Nest Ball here for their own Ursaluna. And I'm pretty sure they Arvened for a Bravery Charm, which is, like, the first time I've seen, like, a Bravery Charm on Ursaluna. I don't know if other people are doing this. We were at 1 prize, which is, like, also the bad thing. Like, I wasn't also thinking about, like, Blood Moon Ursaluna, because, like, this Blood Moon just gets to attack for free. They take us. They go to 2 prizes. Any other Cramorant we have are gone. Now, I do have a play here. There was a play because we still have Blood Moon Ursaluna, and what we're looking for is Prime Catcher. Prime Catcher does it here because it would have primed... Actually, no, we needed Prime plus Energy. And here's a mistake I actually do just to not reading my card, which is really funny because I take a minute to read this card. I thought Redeemable Ticket put the prize card we got on top. It actually does not. So technically, the correct play here would have been to use Ticket first and just pray that the top card of our deck was not the Blood Moon Ursaluna, because then we could have shuffled our deck with the Nest Ball, and this research could have gotten us into the winning combo of Prime Catcher plus Jet Energy, because all those cards were still in our deck. Just a lesson into how really you should take your time. You should, you know, think about your sequencing. Because if I would have thought about my sequencing here, we could have won this game because we drew into Jet Energy. And even so, like right here, we're not completely out of it. We're not completely out of it. That's what I'm thinking. Because like this Jet Energy goes on this Blood Moon Ursa Luna, and then they attacked first, so we can attack. They don't kill us. And then this Jet Energy on this Zacian lets me retreat and kill it. That's what I was thinking. Like, okay, that's plan B. But sadly, they did put an energy on this Pikachu last turn. They put the grass. They're super running to make sure that they have all the energy for this Crispin that is going to cook us. Expeditiously. I forget how they retreat here. I think, like, I don't think they manually retreat. I think they just... No, they've had the Latias the entire time, which is true. You would play Latias in this game, and then they cook us with the Topaz Bolt. But yes, here's just, like, this game. I wanted to include this game because I didn't just want to include games where I just donked over, where I just won, because I'm trying to get better at Pokemon, and looking back at this footage truly shows that, like, if I would have just read my cards just a little bit more and just sequenced it a little bit better, that game could have gone from, you know, unwinnable to slightly more winnable. It would have improved my chances, and that's what I feel people should be doing to try to get better at the game. Like, this is why I recommend people look back. Like, look back at your games, think about what you did, like, you know, what sequencing mistakes you could have done, or not what sequencing mistake you could have done, what sequencing mistakes you did and what ways you could improve. And I'm still learning that lesson, to, like, even to the day, like, you know, like, breaking the fourth wall here. Okay, and for our fourth game, I'm going to hold it with y'all. This was the most fraudulent win of my Pokemon TCG career. We start off with a mulligan, lead off Monkey Dory, give our opponent a free draw. It's a monkey showdown. I see the Brew Bonnet, and I'm like, oh, it's fucking Donk. It's like the Poison Donk deck, and I'm like, I'm so glad I didn't lead a Pokemon with 70. And then I see the Ancient cards, and I'm like, okay. Okay. Sadly, you know, they're doing all their Ancient box things. Not Ancient box things, but like... Because this is an Ancient box. This is like double moon. Double moon with poison. That's what this deck is. Sadly, they had to ditch Secret Box there, because Secret Box would have got them like a majority of the things they needed, but you know, they couldn't Secret Box, so Squawkabilly is like the wave. We draw into Arvin, so Arvin for our setup here is crazy. I'm just here price checking a little bit. But yes, this win we get here is like the most fraudulent thing here, because truly I deserved to lose this match like 7 ways to Sunday, but we don't. So I'm using Hops back here, and I decided to get Zacian and Snorlax because that's the ones we have. We have the energy for Monkey Dory. We have the energy so we can use Monkey Dory's ability, then we can retreat, which is always nice. I always love doing that. I'm deciding who to give the damage here. Like, I ended up giving to the active because I want to get rid of as much damage, because I don't know how many Monkey Dorys they're playing. And we're losing our Monkey Dory, so we can't send back this 30 as easily. We move the Zacian up, we attack, we get a kill. We get Fez here, which is pretty nice. Oh, God. Yes, here they are setting up all this fancy-dancy stuff. They Pokegear for a boss. They move up to Baby Moon. You know, they're doing Baby Moon things. I think it's so annoying because, like, the poison helps them clutch out easy damage here. Not easy damage, but it helps them clutch up wins. Like, the poison Monkey Dory plus, like, just being able to do, like, a solid, like, 70 is, like, crazy. It's, like, the same thing as, like, running Volcanion in Terra Box. Like, the extra 20 damage, letting Terrapagos hit, like, just that extra amount of damage, and that also kills during Pokemon checkup. So, like, cards like, you know, like Fez and shit don't activate, which I think is a really funny ruling. I think it's really funny ruling. We Nest Ball for the other Monkey Dory because I'm trying to get rid of all this little extra damage. I'm pretty sure looking at our hand here, I think I just decide to judge because I don't want to get rid of 2 boss. No, actually, I researched. Actually, that's crazy. I got rid of 2 bosses there. I got rid of 2 bosses, which is crazy because I was looking for the Switch. I was looking for Switch, Prime Catcher, any way to get this Snorlax out of the active. I just end up attaching energy and not even, like, passing any with Monkey Dory because I'm like, well, again, he has energy on Monkey Dory. They do get into the Asada's Vitality. They do charge up both of the moons, and they're able to Night Stretcher for the other energy for this thing to be able to attack. Now, Sadly, it's like I said, like they use the poison to kill us so that we don't get value off like Fez. Which, granted, we discarded it, but, you know, to them, they didn't know that we had, you know, Night Stretcher. I mean, a lot of decks run Night Stretcher. I attached the other Dark here, and now I'm starting to move some damage forward. Starting to move some damage forward to our opponent's side of the bench. I attached the D-Evo just in case we want to, like, judge here so we don't see it again. Which I think is what we end up doing. I think we get the Snorlax back. I bench it. I think I give it to Ban, too. Or not. We do not, actually. That Judge was worth nothing, by the way, because they get 2 Arvent and a Nest Ball. See, like right here, I'm like, there could have been a moment here where we could have done really well. It's also just a shame that this Salamence not only does enough damage to where even like the poison, like I think like what Salamence does. Hold on. It's been a minute. Yeah, like, it does 220, plus the poison 10 is, like, just so perfect numbers against our deck, because that kills our Zacian. There are 3 prizes, so the next thing they get are Cramorants to turn off. Not even that we have Cramorants set up, but here is where the game could have changed. Here's where the game could have changed, because this is the turn where I make such a play that like, looking back at it, it's one of my flaws as a Pokemon player. I tunnel vision like way too hard. Like I think of a play, and after that play, I'm just like, there's nothing else that matters. Like right here, I Monkey Dory. I Monkey Dory 30 to the Fez. I retreat, and then which also was like, you know, a little stupid, because like I counter catchered there when I meant to prime catcher as well. I Monkey Dory again, all this extra damage, and right here is where I make such a big fucking misplay, because this turn I could have taken 3 prizes here instead of 2, putting us ahead of the prize trade. Like right here, I could have passed on all the damage. I could have passed on all the damage to Monkey Dory, killed the Monkey Dory, and then counter catchered up the Squawk, and I would have taken 3 prizes this turn. I would have taken 3 prizes this turn. I don't know why I took down the Fez. Like, both of his attackers were set up. Like he was ready to go. Like, truly, killing the Fez didn't matter, and killing any of the attackers wouldn't matter either. Because if I would have done that play, we would have been at 2 prizes. They would have been at 3. They would have taken a KO here. They would have taken us down to 2. And then all we would have had to do is clean it up from here. But no, and they even made it easier for us because they benched a Mew. They benched a 2-prizer. They benched a way for us to get 2 kills easy, fast. I think here I'm checking here for Ursaluna, because that's like my other sort of like win condition, and I'm checking here. Checking to make sure, because we have the ticket, so we can get it back into the deck. And this is why I learn a little bit from my mistakes here. You know, we use the ticket first, then we Ultra Ball. Well, granted, you know. Because here I'm thinking, like, you know, we go. I was thinking, like, Blood Moon here is the answer, but then I remember they've only taken 4 prizes, so we need to attach an energy, which the only energy we have in deck was Jet Energy. Which, granted, now you're thinking again, I probably should have Earthen Vessel just to make sure, because who knows if those 3 prizes were energy. Like, at the time, I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, I should have. I boss move up their, fucking, God, what is this called? Brew Bonnet. I fucking love/hate this card. But yes, like, right here, we wouldn't have been in this spot. We wouldn't be in this spot that we are right now if I would have simply killed the Monkey Dory and then killed the Fez. Not killed the Fez. Killed the Monkey Dory and then killed the Squawk. Because we'd be at 2 prizes. Like right now we have to take... Right now we have to take 3 prizes. Well, all our opponent has to do is knock out this Zacian, which they do. Like, it's like the easiest fucking thing for them. They can. I think here I'm trying to find my way into... I'm desperately just trying to find my way into, like, Blood Moon plus the energy. I move up the Snorlax because I'm like, if I can get a kill with the Snorlax on, you know, on something, bring us down to 2, and then they don't have boss. That's like the only way we win. Our opponent here is desperately just trying to find our way, any way to switch, And sadly here, when they whiff this this earthen vessel, that means they have no more energy in the deck. I see the energy switch, and I'm like, oh fuck. Like, oh fuck, they're one energy away from retreating. But sadly, our opponent doesn't get there. And here you can see me frantically trying to pass turn as quick as possible because my timer is also running out. They see that they have no way to win, but I'm gonna hold it with you. I don't think my opponent knew how the timer works in Pokemon, like on live, because it took me four seconds to start my turn. The moment, all they had to do was pass and they would have won. Our opponent scooped because they didn't know how the timer worked. This was one of the most fraudulent wins I've ever had in my Pokemon career. Like, genuinely, I do not deserve to win that match. Yeah, I wanted to include it because, you know, other people might suffer from the same thing. As of lately in my games, I'm noticing that, and I'm trying to get better at that, just like tunnel visioning. Like, I had a game yesterday where I was playing this like funny little deck with like the Salamence EX and Blaziken EX from the latest Pokemon set, and just like I had the play. I had 2 Blazikens up against Goldengo. I had one in the active, one in the bench, and I play my hand. I played my hand to evolve him. Then I Iono'd. I draw a new set of 6, and my brain sees Neo Upper Energy as our A spec. And my brain just starts thinking of a play. And if I would have taken a step back before before committing to that play, I would have remembered, oh yeah, we attach energy to our active Pokemon to retreat to put said Blaziken in. And that's what essentially lost me the game. Our opponent was able to kill first, meaning that they had the prize advantage for the entire game. And I mean, it's a Goldengo. After they got the first kill, and they have like multiple Goldengos set up with the Scizor, especially in the back, like that's pretty much like game, unless your deck has a phenomenal one prizer game and you just stick to the one prizer game plan. And for our last game here, we have a matchup against Raging Bull, a deck that I hate fighting this deck. I'm not holding it with y'all. I think this is like my least favorite deck to fight against, like, so far of the format, besides like Tank Terapagos if I'm playing like this list. 'Cause if I'm playing this list, like one of its worst matchups is Tank Terapagos. The Bouffalants make it really fucking hard, and then they started playing the Volcanion, so the Volcanion makes it so they can, like, they have perfect damage on us, like perfect damage to deny our Fez, and it's like annoying as hell. They just lead double Hoot Hoot, and I'm like, I'm salivating. I'm like, I see double Hoot Hoot, and I'm like, that's amazing. Because this hand right here, we're gonna be able to indeed get a knockout here. I'm Arvining. Arvin on the first turn is usually Hop's Bag and Hop's Choice Band, unless you have the bag already, and then you grab something else. But even then, double Hop's Bag, or like, you know, Hop's Bag and a Nest Ball gets everything like you could ever can possibly like want. We decided to take it simple here. Like our hand is good. Like we have Hand Disruption. Well, we have Hand Disruption here. We have a full reset. We have Boss. Sadly, they're playing the Hoot Hoot with the bigger HP, the Insomnia one. They Iono us, but that Iono gives us like playable things. They bench down a Fez, and again, I'm just like, this could be anything. At the time, I'm like, this could be anything. Truly, this could be fucking anything. Like, truly, this could be kind of. But as soon as I see the teal mask, I'm like, okay, this could be like either, like, I don't know. I actually don't think Terrabox plays the grass one. I know they play the water one. I think they do actually. I think some builds play it, but I'm still like, okay, this is either Terrabox or Raging Bull. They bench out Latias, and I'm like, could still be Terrabox or Raging Bull. I'm still like, I see the Fan Rotom, and I'm like, the Fan Rotom doesn't do anything. I'm like, it's an attacker. Like, they do bench the Area 0. They, like, it is set, like, it is 70 damage. Like, I'm not gonna lie, the 70 damage matters a good amount. And again, I'm thinking, like, we're such in a good spot. Like, they don't seem to have access to Noctowl, or else they would have let it rip. They just assault landing us here, and we start a turn and we draw switch. And it's like this hand doesn't have a supporter, so there's not a lot of things we can do. But the way I'm looking at it, I'm like, we can still kill this. We can kill this Fan Rotom, put the 30 on the Fez. Like, we have both Cramorant set up. Like, we are so, like, I'm even debating, like, attaching energy and just using the switch, just to have, like, everything, like, just rare, like, ready to go. I decide against it because I'm like, you never know when you might, well, like, it'd be greedy and wasting resources forever. I put the 30 damage on Latias, even though putting it on Fez would have probably maybe been smarter. We're basically just trying to line up kills with our Cramrat here, because our Cramrat is doing the 180, so we're trying to line up kills here. Something I couldn't kill. Like, sadly, the most optimal play would have been to just have the Heart of the Cards and draw boss, and then like kill the Hoot. Because if we would have killed the Hoot, they couldn't Jewel Seeker, and I think that would have put him so much far behind. But as soon as this turn starts, you know, they bench down the Raging Bolt, and I'm like, okay, this is Bolt, and we're so good. Like, we are actively so good. Because as soon as I see the Bolt down, I'm like, we're not playing any other 2-prizer unless it's a Blood Moon to finish the game off. Because I'm like, yeah, they kill my Zacian here to catch up in the prize trade, and then we have our 2 Cramrat in the back ready to go, and a Snorlax with 1 energy. They're setting up here. I mean, they like Jewel Seeker for 2 cards. Like, they pretty much get some whatever they need. They set down another Raging Bolt and like another 2. No, actually, no, it's not another 2. Yeah, they set down another Raging Bolt and another Teal Mass, so they have 2 of each, and it's like such a good like little engine here. They're like Teal dancing to draw more cards. I think they're looking for Sada, and they do see it. Sadly, it is a Sada for 1. And it's like, it's crazy, because a Sada for 2 would have been nuts. They bench down my beloved single prizer, Koraidon. I think this is such a cool card that decks are incorporating now. Like, I saw a, oh my gosh, what's the guy's name? The Entei fucking one, like, burning... God, what the fuck? What is it? I'm blanking, dude. It's like Raging Bolt, Walking Wake... Dude, I'm ill. I'll you know, roast me in the comments section for forgetting one of the goats. But yes, they do kill our Zacian here, and we're able to move up. We're able to move up Cram. I did mess up a little bit here. I moved up the wrong Cramrat. I should have moved up the one without the band, because then I wouldn't have had to burn Prime Catcher on that. Like, I wouldn't have to burn the switch. We're always going to burn the Prime Catcher. But we're able to take another 2 prize KO here. Like, we only have single prizers on our bench. Like, we're so good. Like, this, like the single prizer Koraidon comes, like, is going to come back in here and kill. Like, they are able to energize it up. They bench another Hoot, and I'm like, fuck, man. A late game Jewel Seeker. Late game Jewel Seeker for what they need is a little scary. They Night Stretcher for a Grass Energy to Teal Dance, because again, I think here again they're just looking for more for Sada, because Sada is like just such a good supporter for this deck. Like, you know, hype them up, and they have so many ways to get to it. They have 5 draws. You know, 3 with the Fez, 2 with each. Like, you know, not 2 with each. Like 1 each for each of the Teal Dancing Ogre Ponds. Like, it's no secret that they're gonna be able to get what they want. Like, you know, like decks, like some decks just have like an insane amount of draw power, and the Koraidon being double energy, like it doesn't matter what energy. It's really funny because we have a resistance to fighting, but the 30 just doesn't matter. The 30 doesn't matter. Again, we move up the Cramorant. We have the Stadium here, which I'm debating playing it because like their bench, like, yeah, they have to get rid of some Pokemon, but like the Pokemon choices are very clear and very obvious to what they are. I think here it might have been a mistake to bump their Stadium, because it gives them chances to get rid of the, well, it let them get rid of the Fez, and it lets them get rid of the, like, it gave our opponent options to get rid of their easy to kill 2 prizers, which I think that their misplay was that. I think their misplay was not getting rid of the Fez. Like, me personally, I think the Fez should have gone. Granted, like, the Noctowl that was already used up was a pretty good choice, and the other Raging Bolt, because looking at the way the game was playing out, that Raging Bolt wasn't going to attack. Raging Bolt was not going to attack. I'm, like, debating on stuff to do here. I'm, like, debating, like, oh, do I want to, you know... So I could have attacked with the Snorlax if I would have attached Band plus the energy we had in hand. I do attach the energy just to have it, and then I burn switch. Like, this game, I was burning switches like there was no tomorrow, which I think I maybe could have played better. I probably should have just kept that switch in hand. Like, I should have just kept energy and prayed I would have seen like an Arven or something. Or like, we have a research. Like, we would have had 7 cards. We would have been able to draw a new grip of 7, not counting the card we draw. So we would have seen 8 cards. So hypothetically, the smarter play there would have been to keep Jet energy in hand and like bank off drawing the band. But, you know, technically, like, you know, I don't think they were gonna, like, This way, like, even if they do boss trap us up, like, the Snorlax is ready to go, which is really funny what happens here. It is, like, really funny what happens here. Like, they get, you know, they're able to Jewel Seeker. They get the Stadium plus Superior Energy Retrieval, which is crazy here because that gets them, like, the Lightning. And then this Superior Energy Retrieval essentially translates to, if they would have had Grass Energy in there, because I'm pretty sure they only added the Lightning back, that would have translated to, like, Pot of Greed. Like a Pot of Greed here. They Prime Catcher here, and this is where another one of their major misplays happen. Like, they judge because they ditched their Iono later game, and sadly this judge kind of cooks us a little bit, like, I'm not gonna lie. Because this hand would have done absolutely donkey shit. They would have been at 2, like, if they kill here, they'd be at 2 turns off my Cramorants. They do see an Earthen Vessel off of it, and they are able to Teal Dance one more time and attach one more time. But here is where our opponent messes up. They only do 140 damage, because for those who don't know, the Snorlax does 80 damage to itself. So my opponent was probably thinking, like, oh, he's not going to attack with it because he's going to give me a prize. Like, you know, which, granted, if I hadn't have burned those switches, we would be able to go into, you know, we'd be able to go into Cramorant and do things nicely. But, you know, I did burn those switches. But that judge did get us into a Dark Energy, which means we're able to attack with it. And again, our opponent probably was not thinking that I was going to attack with the... Our opponent probably was not thinking that we were going to attack with the Snorlax, because, you know, it doesn't kill, and it gives them a prize and gets rid of, like, so much energy. It gets rid of 3 energy. But now that there are 2 prizes, I move up the Cramorant, and I'm like, I have them here. There's no way for them to win the game. There is no combination of cards in their deck that bench snipe us. Like, they cannot get 2 kills here. And our plan is... next turn, we have the Nest Ball plus the Jet Energy to move up Ursaluna, and then Blood Moon for game. Like, they're trying their hardest here. They're trying to see, like, an out, which technically, if they played another Hand Disruption supporter, that would have probably been it, 'cause I would have gone down to 1. So my combination of cards that would have gotten me out of that mess would have been less. But, you know, our opponent doesn't see it. They just go for the kill, like they should have done last turn. Like, if they would have killed that Snorlax, you know, we wouldn't be in this. They wouldn't be in this problem. But we draw Jet Energy and we Nest Ball for the Blood Moon, and we have not only we have 1 Jet Energy, but we have 2 Jet Energy. We move up with the Blood Moon. I judge them for fun. They're a good sport about it. They stay, and then well, I lied. They didn't actually stay, but yes. Our opponent there should have easily just killed our Snorlax. I don't know why they didn't. I'm going to be really honest with you. I think they should have, because they were under the assumption that we weren't going to attack with it because it gave them a prize. But again, if they looked at the board, they still had to kill 2 more of our guys. And, like, you know, I don't know. I think that should have been their move there. I think, because originally I thought this deck had a bad matchup into Raging Bolt, but the thing about Raging Bolt and, like, Dragapult and all these other decks that are really kind of bulky and really hard to hit, it's just knowing how to play with your single prize cards like Snorlax, like Cramorant, like your game plan with this deck is pretty much like you set the Zacian does 30 damage to targets that your Snorlax and your Cramorant can't kill. And after you're done playing the mid-game with Cramorant and Snorlax, you try to clean it up with the Blood Moon or a D-Evo play, you know, depending on the board state. But yeah, fuck Raging Bolt, personally. Don't like that deck.